Okay, so my last live was halted because my phone rang. Okay, so the title of this live is Value Yourself. What does that mean? Because a lot of people are talking about what they deserve and their value and identity and sense of self image and all of these things. And you hear this advice that says value yourself. And I want to talk about what does that even mean, right? In order to talk about that, we need to examine what are the parts of the self that we're talking about, right? So when I say to someone, value yourself, I'm saying value your mental wellness, value your emotional wellness, value your physical wellness, value your spiritual wellness. All of those things are what I'm talking about when I say value yourself. So let's talk about what it looks like when you don't value yourself, all of these parts. When you don't value your emotional wellness, you stay in places within yourself that cause suffering, all kinds of negative feelings. You stay in places within yourself that cause sickness, headaches, stomach problems, or whatever. And when I say spaces within yourself, what I'm saying is you carry thought processes that don't serve you. So if you value yourself in this way, you would be doing self exploration and shifting energy and stuff because you want to feel better. You want to have better experiences. Value yourself. You don't value yourself when you stay in connections that are not what you are enjoying, right? And I'm not saying you have to move away from connections all the time, but I am saying that you need to assess and reassess connections for functionality and for your pleasure and see whether or not you are co-creating what you desire. You are not loving yourself when you stay in spaces that you no longer belong. You're not valuing yourself when you're begging and pleading for other people to change and they don't want to change. Because guess what? They don't need to change. You need to change. What do you need to change? I don't know. It depends on the situation. Change might be shifting some way that you think. Change might be walking away. Change might be transitioning the connection, right? It could be a lot of things. And that's a question for you. What do I need to change? You're not valuing yourself when you internalize and absorb other people's negative experiences and you make it your own to the point where you feel drained, to the point where you feel like nobody cares about you, to the point where you're closing yourself off from connection. You are not valuing yourself when you allow yourself to be moved into severe isolation because you've been hurt or in pain, right? That's not valuing yourself. You might need to seek some assistance, right? And I'm not saying that isolation doesn't have its space because it does. But I think it's important for you to be aware. It's important for you to assess and reassess. Your physical health matters, right? You are not valuing yourself when you eat foods that hurt your body. Yet that's not valuing your physical self. You are not valuing your physical self when your mental processes and emotional processes create dis-ease in your body. When you keep yourself in a stressful state, that's not valuing yourself. Trying to force relationships that are not aligned, that's not valuing yourself, right? So when we talk about valuing yourself, these are the things I'm speaking of. Your spiritual self is important. You are not valuing your spiritual self when your intuition is telling you something and you don't attend to it. You are not valuing your spiritual self when you don't engage in spiritual practices that you've been led to engage in. right? We're talking about valuing yourself because a lot of times we want people to value us, right? You may even say things like, well, they didn't value me. Well, if you were valuing you, right? When you started sensing that this person didn't value your presence or your love or your attention or whatever, you would have made some decisions, right? And sometimes you don't know that you're not valuing yourself, right? But if you begin to place emphasis and high regard on your emotional well being, on your mental well being, your spiritual well being, and your physical well being, and you begin to make choices that uplift you, that inspire you, choices that invigorate and expand you, that's when you're valuing yourself. And when you get to that place of self-value, you're not going to be waiting for it from someone else. You're not going to be fussing and complaining about it with anyone else. What you'll be doing is making decisions to create connections and alliances and support networks and such with people of value. And when they are of value, they're valuing themselves. So guess what? They're not going to stick around when you start complaining. They're not going to stick around when you are not valuing yourself, because these are people of value, right? Every person is responsible to highly regard their own mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well being. So when you're asking the question, well, who's going to be there for me? And who's going to take care of me? And who's caring about me? The answer is first and foremost you. But if you're not doing that, then you're in lack when other people don't. When you value yourself, you form connections with other people who value themselves, and you begin to share experiences, right? That help you both ascend and evolve. Valuing yourself. Valuing your physical self is about movement. Your body requires movement of some sort. And this is not about a particular body type or look. This is about the truth of energy, right? You know, if you feel stuck in your body, you know your body is asking for movement. Value what your body is saying to you. If you know that you're thirsty, drink water. Value, right? Why? Because you recognize that this body, this human suit, is your vehicle. If you don't care for your vehicle, then your experiences decrease in quality. If you value your experiences, you would shift something there, right? So what we're seeking to do is come into more value of self and to connect with others who are of value, and then we can create experiences that we value. And that's what it means when I say value yourself. When you're looking for someone else to value you first, you must value you, right? And that's what I got. So if you're new here, welcome. I don't go live here very often. I'm mostly live on TikTok, so follow me there. If you are looking for one-on-one coaching and you're serious about your self exploration and this journey of evolution and you need assistance, you can reach me on my website at veronicamarie.com. I'm also on Instagram. You can follow me there. And I plan to come here more often and share with you because I think this could be a beautiful platform of community, right? And love and support. So my name is Coach Veronica Marie. Please do consider subscribing, liking this video, maybe even sharing it, right? And so I send you off with this question: how can I come into more self-value? All right. And that's it. So welcome. Hey, King Charles, and everyone else who has been contributing to the conversation here. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see, and I don't want to strain my eyes, but I'll look at them after. All right, y'all. Have a good day now.